Cringe is dead. Long live cringe.
What is this about?
Cringe.
Who's cringe?
The time is coming, my friends, when the shadow of cringe will be lifted from mankind, and we will all rejoice in the new world. The world of post-cringe. Perhaps we're already there. But what is post-cringe? And what does it mean to be post-cringe? Post-cringe is the cultural movement that frees us from the shackles of cringe. It busts through the narrow confines of what cringe culture allows us to think and do and be, and it carves new spaces for new kinds of thought. But why rail against cringe? Cringe is a tool of the status quo. Cringe is harnessed as an electrified fence to keep us like cowering animals within its confines. The acceptable range of discourse and thought. One that must be definitionally rebelled against by the quo breakers. And we need not wait long. Cringe is already decaying. Just as the status quo erodes, so too does cringe become uprooted and decay. Cringe is a line drawn in the sand by the arbiters of the status quo, saying not one more step. Do not fear cringe, my friends. Fear those that draw the lines in the sand as a box to trap you in. Those that live by cringe die by cringe. It is only a matter of time before what is acceptable now becomes cringe later. And what is cringe now becomes acceptable later. To submit yourself to the whims of cringe is to submit yourself to the box that the arbiters have drawn. To live in fear of what your society wants is to be shaped by cringe. Thus, my friends, seek not to avoid cringe, but instead to be based. To be based is to be grounded in your ideals. Based? Based on what? Based on what? Based on being based. Based on being based on being based. Look at the kids on TikTok, huh? Cringe, they choke out at the TikTok kids. Do they care that they are cringe? No. They share the cringe. They like the cringe. They comment on the cringe. And then, only then, do they replicate the cringe themselves. And if no one's cringing, then is it cringe? If a 14-year-old badly covers a song in the middle of a TikTok forest, and no one is around to cringe at it, is it cringe? So you may think to yourself, like when the furries get together, is that not cringe? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I feel so gutturally in my heart that it is indeed cringe. But what does it mean for those furries to get together? It means they have identity, community. Wouldn't you like that? You can't accept that that's something you want, so you call it cringe. It's cringe, you say. But where's your identity? Where's your community, huh? Wouldn't it be nice to be a furry? Let's first look at meta-cringe. Meta-cringe is to cringe intentionally, to create intentionally a cringeworthy situation. Pre-ironic cringe is actually mostly a thing of the past. It's hard to find real, authentic cringe. When you find it, it's the good stuff. It's vintage. Cringe is a powerful tool. In an age where attention and emotion are power, cringe has become powerful. And sometimes cringe is manufactured. Manufactured to embrace and leverage cringe culture for the cringee's benefit.
I have a microphone too.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Faux-cringe is a kind of meta-cringe in which the content creator is in on it, but the audience is not. It is a form of manufactured cringe that aims to achieve virality by making you think that the manufactured cringe is indeed real. And then, of course, there is hyper-cringe. That which is so cringe it becomes something else. Cringe isn't even the right word for it anymore. You are so far beyond balancing on that line between the socially acceptable and the socially unacceptable that when you somersault over that line so much, it's not even cringe. To be cringe is to be on the line. If you're so far over the line that it's no longer cringe, then what is it? I, my friends, am a cringe accelerationist. I believe that the only way to achieve the inevitable post-cringe utopia is for everybody to act as cringeworthy as possible at all times, destroying the social bonds of cringe. Only then can we say that we are in this new world. And then, only then, in the stillness of our only then, when everybody is cringe, will nobody be. Join me, my friends. Join me and liberate yourself from what it is to be cringe. No!